The mainstream media has been known to perpetuate false narratives about various historical and contemporary figures, and Jesus is no exception. The question remains, why would the mainstream media resort to fabricating lies about one of the most influential figures in human history? To understand this phenomenon, it's essential to examine the underlying motivations and agendas that drive the media's portrayal of Jesus. One primary reason for the media's distortion of Jesus' image is the desire to undermine the values and principles he represented. Jesus' teachings emphasize love, compassion, and humility, which are in stark contrast to the values of materialism, individualism, and power that underpin modern society. By portraying Jesus as a mythical or insignificant figure, the media can subtly undermine the moral authority of his teachings and promote a more secular, humanistic worldview. This is evident in the way the media often focuses on sensationalized stories about Jesus' supposed dark side or hidden teachings, which are often based on unverifiable sources or dubious interpretations. Another reason for the media's fabrication of lies about Jesus is the need to create a narrative that is more palatable to a secular audience. The media often seeks to portray Jesus as a merely human figure, stripping him of his divine attributes and reducing his message to a set of vague, feel-good platitudes. This approach allows the media to co-opt Jesus' image and message, using it to promote a watered-down, tolerant, and inclusive brand of spirituality that is devoid of any real substance or conviction. By doing so, the media can appeal to a broad audience and avoid offending anyone, while also reinforcing the dominant cultural narratives of the day. The media's lies about Jesus are also often motivated by a desire to sell newspapers, attract viewers, or generate clicks. Sensationalized stories about Jesus' secret life, his supposed romantic relationships, or his hidden teachings are often used to grab attention and create controversy. These stories are frequently based on unverified sources, speculation, or outright fabrication, but they are presented as factual and authoritative. This approach not only undermines the historical record and the biblical account of Jesus' life, but it also perpetuates a culture of misinformation and distrust. Furthermore, the media's portrayal of Jesus is often influenced by ideological agendas and biases. Many media outlets have a vested interest in promoting a particular worldview or ideology, and Jesus' teachings and legacy are often seen as a threat to these interests. For example, some media outlets may seek to portray Jesus as a radical socialist or a champion of social justice, while others may depict him as a reactionary conservative or a proponent of patriarchal values. These portrayals are often based on selective readings of the biblical text, cherry-picked quotes, or outright fabrications. By presenting Jesus in a way that is consistent with their ideological agenda, the media can shape public opinion and influence cultural narratives. Finally, the media's lies about Jesus are also reflective of a deeply spiritual and philosophical vacuum in modern society. In an age where traditional values and institutions are being rapidly eroded, the media often seeks to fill the void with alternative narratives and myths. Jesus' image and legacy are particularly vulnerable to exploitation in this context, as they represent a powerful symbol of transcendence, hope, and redemption. By fabricating lies about Jesus, the media can create a sense of pseudo-meaning and pseudo-purpose, distracting people from the emptiness and disillusionment of modern life. In conclusion, the mainstream media's fabrication of lies about Jesus is a complex phenomenon driven by a range of motivations and agendas. Whether it's to undermine the values and principles of Jesus' teachings, create a narrative that is more palatable to a secular audience, sell newspapers, promote ideological agendas, or fill a spiritual and philosophical vacuum, the media's distortion of Jesus' image and legacy has far-reaching consequences for our understanding of history, culture, and faith. As consumers of media, it's essential to approach these narratives with a critical eye, seeking to separate fact from fiction, and to engage with the biblical account of Jesus' life and teachings in a nuanced and informed way.